Greetings of peace. What is needed to make my roots work for me? What is needed so that the feelings of well-being, which I'm really made of, can be activated and work for me in my life, so that feelings of wisdom, happiness, peace rule my character instead of just whatever other emotion I've picked up along the way. The first thing that's needed is silence. Silence. But what I mean when I say silence is not the kind of silence people talk about when they say, just leave me alone, I want to be alone. I don't mean the kind of silence that's there when no one's around you, or the kind of silence you get if you escape the city and go out into the country. That kind of silence doesn't carry a lot of impact. Many of us would have realized this by now. We can have all the silence we want outside us, around us, and still be agitated, unquiet people. Why? Because silence is really needed within. Silence is really needed to quiet all the raging emotions and the thoughts running around inside me. So what do I mean by silence? How do we get this kind of silence? First of all, what silence like this does not mean is that we stop thinking. Silence like this does not mean that we become passive. Silence which really works as a spiritual tool to activate the best part of me so I can be my own best friend. That kind of silence is a space where I can take a thought of my choice and plant it like a seed, and then nourish it and grow it so that it becomes a fruit. The fruit can be a feeling, the fruit can be an attitude or a new behavior, but it would be a healthy fruit and sweet tasting. Silence like this is needed for transformation. Silence like this is like a connection between the outer world and my inner world of feelings and thoughts. With true spiritual silence, I'm able to step back and observe my thoughts and my feelings, and I can know the ones which are really true and really not. It is in this space of silence that I have the power to elevate them. This space of silence exists in every one of us, as if we could say it's just beyond the mind. You can prove this to yourself very easily. Take a few minutes to just imagine your mind as a stream. Very honestly, just look at that stream of your thoughts as they flow by you. What are they like? What's the stream of your thoughts like? Do they flow evenly? Or are they choppy, crazy? Do they move along well? Or do they crash the banks? Or is it that they're very slow very sluggish, and there's hardly any movement at all. Or perhaps the stream of your mind moves well in some places, and in others it just turns round and round in itself. Is the stream of your mind clean? Clear? Can you see straight down to the bottom? Is it fresh smelling, the stream of your thoughts? Or are the thoughts old and stale? Honestly, just look at your everyday mind and how that stream of thoughts flows. Because when you do this, you'll discover two things. Firstly, for most of us, we see that we are not standing in that stream. We're standing by it, observing it. And this has a very important implication. It means that we are not our thoughts. There's something else in there besides the mind. Because the second aspect of this activity is to acknowledge that watching the stream of the mind was the observer. I was an observer, evaluating, judging the quality of my mind. And so, who am I? Beyond the mind, there is another aspect of me. The one that is separate from all the thoughts, all the feelings. The one that can just observe and evaluate. The one that is free from that stream. Because she's not in it. She's standing by it, just observing. And so we strengthen our roots. We connect with thoughts and feelings of a much deeper caliber, higher caliber, by simply doing this. Separate yourself from that stream of your mind, knowing that there is a space to do this in. Experience yourself as separate, because in this experience of being separate, you will feel that you are free. Free from all these energies of thought and feeling. And in that freedom, that space of freedom, you will feel peace. You will feel a very different kind of energy. And this is because beyond the mind, at a deepest aspect of yourself, there is just this gentle quiet, this peace, peace, peace.